Welcome into Jags A.M. on this Thursday. I'm Kainani. We're getting ready for week 8 of the season. The Jaguars are going to take on the Packers this weekend at home. So let's kick things off with our big things today. Big thing number 1, best of the best. Doug Peterson talking yesterday about what players he's going to be playing on defense, as some players are coming off the injured reserve this week. And he says to him, you have to play the best 11 players.
But I do still think that there's enough of a rotational piece with those guys. I think that's one of the positions that's gotten better. You know, in the last couple of weeks, it has been the linebacker. I think Devin in the middle's gotten better. Ventrell, we know he's improved, and now with the addition of Foye coming back, if he's ready to go, I think you got your combinations back that you want.
Ryan, that specific question was about whether Ventrell Miller and Foye Oluokun would be playing together, as they saw, obviously, the way Ryan Nielsen rotates his defense. I'm sure we'll see everybody out there, but whether that would be a rotation. And I think we might see them actually together. We've talked about this, and I think it might actually happen.
Yes. Make that happen, because, listen, you don't have to be a football expert. You don't have to be a scout and burn up the tape to see that Ventrell Miller belongs on the field. The way that he arrives at the ball, guys go backward when he hits them. He's a young player with a lot of energy, John. He makes tons of tackles. I'm sure he makes mistakes as well, but he's a guy that the more you play him, the better he'll get. Foye Oluokun comes back as your most accomplished linebacker. Why wouldn't you have them on the field?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot this year about, Jaguars need guys who make plays in big situations. And I feel like Ventrell Miller has shown he's that guy. He's a football player. He's instinctive. He seems to be in the right place at the right time. I think it's a positive for this defense in the next few weeks. I don't know if Foye's back this week. I don't know if Dewey Wingard's back this week. But don't all those guys sort of fit that of guys who are good football players, not necessarily great athletes, but they're in the right situation. They make plays. You could see the middle of the defense get a lot better in the next couple weeks because of that.
Our second big thing going to be stay the course. We're talking about some of those players returning to this team, and we've also talked about taking it 1 week at a time, right? But we've seen this team go on runs before, specifically in the 2022 season. Andrew Wingard addressed that, what the differences between the two teams were.
When we get into these late, early November games, I think that's when we get dangerous, honestly. Teams are starting to look at playoff pictures, they're starting to look at divisional races, and they're not really thinking about us, and I think that's when we can, sort of jump on teams, and that's really what we did late in 22. I mean, jumped on Dallas, jumped on Baltimore, stuff like that, so, and it's not going to take, if you were to look at it on paper, you'd say, oh God, we play Minnesota, we play Green Bay, we play Detroit, but it's like, we have such a talented team, and I've been on bad teams here, bad teams that you knew were going to lose, you literally had no chance. But this team is seriously so good, and I can't remember who asked it, but back to your point about being away from it, this team is damn good. We got a damn good team. It's just, you got to go make plays. And I think we didn't make plays early, but you take that variance, the things are going to flip. And as long as we just stay, 10 toes down and just push all the chips into the middle, we're going to be fine.
John, I think Dewey's confidence alone has me gassed up. I'm believing in them again. He's saying that, when they made that comeback in 2022, nothing really changed. They just took it 1 game at a time, as they always say. But, maybe some of the pressure being on other teams, they can feed off of that and kind of underestimating the team. Is that something you agree with, or what do you think of his take?
He's the best. He look, I don't know if he's the fastest guy in the world. I don't know if he's the best safety I've ever seen. But he gets it. I'm not sure there's ever been a guy who has been so embraced by the fan base because they get it. The best thing he said, and probably off topic, he was asked about being the savior yesterday, and it was a little sarcastic. And you could see him thinking back to his rookie year and his second year when the fans just couldn't stand him. And he goes, boy, that's changed. That's new, But
how far we've come.
Look, he's right. And the reason it's important for him to be back is because he can say what he said in that soundbite to the players, and they get it. They believe him. He's a leader. They know he's here for the right reasons, playing for the right reasons. Getting him back's key. And Brian, he's right. It's only a few plays that have them out of this thing. A few plays could get them back into this thing.
Well, they lost on opening day in Miami at a field goal. to a field goal at the final play of the game, and they lost on the last play of the game in Houston. So you can make the case they're certainly better than the record indicates they are. They just haven't played well enough to get it done. Getting Dewey back, Tyson Campbell's on the field, Foye should be back here in the next week or so. To get these guys back in the middle of the defense would certainly help them out. But I do think it's the confidence that he brings, the understanding of the defense that he brings, and just the fact that, if you recall the Baltimore game, even the Dallas game, he was in on nickel and dime packages, making plays on 3rd and 4th downs that got the ball back for the Jaguars offense. He was a critical player in that run. So when he says it with authority, and they haven't had enough authority in that locker room in recent weeks.
Kai, there are some players who, sorry I interrupted, I got everybody off track. There are some players who everybody worries about what they can't do. With Dewey, embrace what he does do and what he does bring back, and he's one of those guys.
Absolutely. Hopefully we see him sooner than later. Possibility he'll be in this week against the Packers. Our final big thing today is going to be a lot versus a little. We've talked a lot about takeaways, how this team hasn't had a lot of takeaways. Packers have had a lot of takeaways, 17 so far this season, but they've also turned the ball over a lot. Jordan Love throwing some interceptions for sure. So, Brian, when you're looking at the differences between takeaways and turnovers and whatnot, do you think that can play a key factor in this game?
Well, I do, and since you talked about their defense, I'll stay on that side of the ball. Trevor Lawrence last year had 14 interceptions and 7 fumbles. 7. And we can remember some of the big ones. The one here against the Baltimore Ravens at the end of the first half, sticks out in my mind. He has only turned the ball over 3 times this year. And
knock on wood there, Brian.
And no fumbles. None. So the point is that one of the reasons why I have confidence in their ability to go play with the Packers is because the quarterback is playing well. He's played well the last 3 weeks, and he's protecting the football. He talked about it yesterday when he met with the media, talked about the drills that he goes through, but the mental approach to protecting the ball, like putting 2 hands on it when you get outside the pocket and not taking the other hand off of it until you're literally ready to throw the football. It's the little things that make the biggest difference, and he's really keyed in on the little things right now.
Yeah, I very much agree with Brian. It's a overlooked story because they haven't won, but he's done a great job protecting the ball, and to me, that's the key to this game on Sunday. Packers 17 takeaways through these games is absurd, especially considering they didn't have one last week, and the Jaguars only have 2 defensive takeaways. You're not going to win in the NFL. You're going to be 2-5 if you have 2 defensive takeaways after 7 games. If they can reverse that, you can stay in this game.
And there's a reason why you should be optimistic about their ability, and that is, in the 4 games since Jordan Love returned, he has 13 touchdown passes. Reason to be very wary of what he's capable of, but he also has 8 interceptions in that same time frame. So he's a risk taker, and he's going to make some throws. Maybe this is the week that Cisco or Tyson holds the ball and gives the offense an extra possession on the other side of the field.
There will be opportunities, just have to take advantage. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into that matchup against the Green Bay Packers.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
Calling all junior fire chiefs. Parents, register for your child to win the ultimate Jaguars game day experience. Sponsored by Firehouse Subs. Cheering on the Jags from the Firehouse Subs fire truck at Everbank Stadium. Flashing the fire truck lights when the Jags score. As honorary junior fire chief of the game, your child will receive a Firehouse Subs gift, and the whole family will receive 4 tickets and a parking pass to a home game this season. Visit Jaguars.com/sweepstakes to enter to win today. See website for terms and conditions.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jax. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Chelsea here. Another month and another high utility bill. Those old windows and doors might be the culprit, letting valuable energy escape. At Renewal by Andersen, our energy-efficient windows and doors have the latest advanced technology, keeping your home comfortable all year round. Renewal by Andersen has a limited-time offer. Buy 4 windows and/or patio doors and get the 5th one free. Plus, enjoy 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Some restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for all the details. License number CGC 1527613.
Calling all loyal Jags fans and loyal Gate customers, football is back. And you and 3 friends could win a chance to meet Trevor Lawrence. Entering is easy. Just buy any 5 28-ounce Gatorade or Gatorade Zero products at Gate with your MyGate Rewards app and you'll be automatically entered. Not a MyGate Rewards member? Download the app and sign up today. See store for details. Alternate entry available at GatoradePromos.com/TLAW.
Navigating the current housing market and figuring out your best move when it comes to a mortgage isn't your full-time job, but it's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. That's where the experts at Jet Home Loans get into the game and coach you to your ultimate goal of getting not just the right loan, but the perfect loan for you, the home of your dreams. Jet Home Loans works with you all the way, from application to closing, making sure your game plan is perfect. Make the call to Jet Home Loans and let their team join your team to make your dreams take flight. Visit jethl.com.
Jags A.M. is brought to you by Fields First, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. You can head over to fieldsauto.com to check it out. Welcome back into Jags A.M. It is week 8, as I mentioned, which is hard to believe at this point, but we are getting there. And they're taking on the Green Bay Packers this week, which is certainly going to be a challenge. The NFC North in general is going to be a challenge for this Jaguars team. So I listened into some of their media availability yesterday, kind of trying to feel out where they are at exactly. Matt LaFleur, obviously very well researched on every team he faces, but he talked a little bit about what Trevor Lawrence brings to a game.
I see an elite quarterback that's capable of making every throw, and then he can beat you with his legs. So I don't think there's anything he can't do. I think he is an elite guy, and he's got some weapons around him. And like I said earlier, I just think it's going to be a good challenge for us.
Obviously very respectful of Trevor's talents, Brian. I sometimes forget too that Trevor does run, right? Like yeah. he can scramble a little bit, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's something you have to think about with him for sure. And I think he's even gotten better this year, because when he does scramble, he still is looking to throw the football, which I think is an evolution of his game. I've noticed that is a step that he's taken since last season.
Without a doubt, his mobility outside the pocket. I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson by any stretch of the imagination, but he can keep things alive. And with a guy like Brian Thomas breaking down the field, that's a really important thing. I went back and I watched the throw again to Brian Thomas. And when you see Christian Gonzalez's arm outstretched over his shoulder, you marvel at the fact that the ball just went right inside that. And somehow Brian was able to look up over his shoulder with the arm there, running full speed, falling, and still get the ball. I mean, it was a phenomenal catch, but it was a great throw. And it's hard not to say he has elite traits when you see that throw.
Yeah, it became so vogue when he had one bad game where he missed 2 guys, right? Mm-hmm. And that was against the Texans. I thought just as impressive a throw the other day was the throw to Christian Kirk over the top of
the 24-yarder. I
can't remember if it was a safety or linebacker, but he had to throw to a level between defenders at a time when the game didn't feel very good for the Jaguars. That was a huge play. Look, he's coming along. You talk about above the X's and O's type plays. To me, that was an above the X's and O's type play. It's a play you should make whenever a quarterback makes it. He's starting to do that stuff, and you just need to see it more consistently, and keep growing and all those things we've been talking about. But he's playing better. Excuse me.
He is, and at a time now where obviously we've seen what Brian Thomas Jr. can do, but a lot of talent is around him, which is, I think, helping him elevate his game. Xavier McKinney, one of the safeties for the Packers, spoke about the threat that BTJ is and what they look for with the game plan.
A lot. He gives them, it's a vertical threat for them, obviously. He's a guy that has great hands, and he's got good speed. So I think it helps their offense a lot. And he's another playmaker that's added to what they already have. So, like I said, man, they got a talented offense, man, and they got some really good guys. It's just been that small. Sometimes it just happens. I've been in New York where, there were games where, it came down to 3 points or 7 points, and sometimes you just don't win those games. And but it doesn't say, tell all the whole story. So we definitely understand that. We know that, they're capable of winning these games. They just haven't, and sometimes that's just how things shake out. But we do know that they have a very talented team, and we got to, make sure that we are on our P's and Q's.
John, when you hear, obviously they're talking about the Jaguars kind of losing some of these one-score games, but also the talent that's around. And we've seen Brian Thomas Jr., but now to see that it's coming out on tape and teams are aware of the presence and the speed that he brings, right. I think that'll kind of lead to some other things elsewhere on the offense because of the respect that Brian's now getting.
Well, there's a couple things. This will be Brian's next step, meaning now teams are very aware of him. They'll shade defenses to him a little bit. That hinders some guys, and some guys play right through that. And you get the idea for Brian Thomas Jr. It's not like teams haven't been aware of him. The Patriots were aware of him, and he still made plays through that. You can't double cover a guy in every scheme on every play. I think they'll still continue to throw him the ball when it's there. But absolutely it's going to help Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram, maybe even Gabe Davis. This dynamic, Brian, is the next step. When you get a great player, he shows he's great, and then you have to show how they're going to adapt when defenses start playing that guy differently. This is a very quick evolution, but the next step in the evolution for BTJ.
Well, and it's a big step for Trevor Lawrence as well, because that guy, McKinney, leads the NFL with 5 interceptions in 7 games. So you can bet that they're going to have him wherever 7 is, and the quarterback's going to have to throw in that direction, Kai, which means you're going to have to be very smart. You're going to have to make good throws. There's going to be some high percentage throws, and some of those, let's take a shot, because he's that good. We got our best, their best, let's go for it. But to your point, if he's over there covering Brian Thomas Jr., someone else is going to have an opportunity to make a play, which should open things up.
Absolutely. Let's turn to the defensive side of the football. Obviously, Jordan Love suffered that injury in the season opener, but he's been back recently and been playing pretty well and showing that ability that we've seen and what people are expecting him to be in terms of a great quarterback. He talked a little bit yesterday about the offensive philosophy he's working with.
The explosive plays, the big play kind of mentality that we have is to go hunt those explosive plays. And, we got a lot of playmakers who are making some big-time plays. So that's very exciting to see. But, I think the biggest thing for us is finding that consistency, trying to go and not have any drives where it's those 3-and-out drives where you're out there quick and back on the sideline. So just trying to build on every little thing and keep stacking the details will be huge for us.
Jordan Love focusing on those explosive plays. We've certainly seen a lot of those. I know defense around here likes to do nothing cheap, nothing deep, but they're going to try to go deep on you, and it's a matter of dealing with that.
They have speed. Yes. I mean, they have speed all over their receiver core. And this guy's got the arm. And just an appreciation for the fact that he sat the bench for a couple of years behind Aaron Rodgers. So if you go back more than 30, what Favre got there at 92?
94. Yeah, 92.
92, he arrived in Green Bay. So Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love.
3 quarterbacks in that amount of time.
Yeah, 30-plus years. They've only had 3 quarterbacks. They have a great run going. And this guy, if you watch the playoff game that he helped them win in Dallas last year, you realized he was that level of quarterback.
Yeah, the Packers kind of show you, and this is not, I'm a players guy. Players absolutely are the NFL. Sometimes you can't listen to players if you want to build a great organization, meaning Favre didn't like it when they brought in Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers didn't like it when they brought in Jordan Love. It's not your team. So we're going to do what's best. Also, Packers with Jordan Love did a great thing that most franchises don't do anymore, which is fans didn't like the pick because they wanted
a receiver
for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, fine. You think that, and now we're going to run the organization. So credit to the Packers. They did that, and with Jordan Love right now, this is still the time to get him. He's great. He's going to be great. He is still throwing passes that allow you an opportunity. Jaguars have had opportunity for interceptions this season. You have to hold the ball, Brian.
You have to actually catch
That's
it.
part of it. So if they do that, there are quarterbacks in this league who defenses will say, he's going to give us a couple chances. We have to take advantage of the chances.
He can run. He doesn't want to run. He wants to stand in the pocket. He has such great confidence in his arm, and it's a great arm. And you've got these receivers, Reed and Dobbs. I mean, and Christian Watson, who's that 6'4" guy, who is kind of like Brian Thomas. He'll get down the field and then use his length to elevate and make a catch over a defensive back. So they've got it all.
Sure do. It's going to be a tough one for sure. We'll keep an eye on things. We'll tell you after the break what we think the headlines are going to be on Monday morning after the game.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
We need to define a great deal in today's new home market because the so-called great deals that you find on every corner just aren't the same as the incredible opportunities you'll find with a new Dreamfinders home. How about 2.99% in year one in one of Dreamfinder's 15 communities across North Florida? Now that's a great deal. 2.99% interest rate in year one and a beautiful new Dreamfinders home. Visit dfhsalesevent.com for our largest savings of the year on move-in ready homes. That's dfhsalesevent.com.
Calling all loyal Jags fans and loyal Gate customers, football is back. And you and 3 friends could win a chance to meet Trevor Lawrence. Entering is easy. Just buy any 5 28-ounce Gatorade or Gatorade Zero products at Gate with your MyGate Rewards app and you'll be automatically entered. Not a MyGate Rewards member? Download the app and sign up today. See store for details. Alternate entry available at GatoradePromos.com/TLaw.
Calling all junior fire chiefs. Parents, register for your child to win the ultimate Jaguars game day experience. Sponsored by Firehouse Subs, cheering on the Jags from the Firehouse Subs fire truck at Everbank Stadium, flashing the fire truck lights when the Jags score. As honorary junior fire chief of the game, your child will receive a Firehouse Subs gift, and the whole family will receive 4 tickets and a parking pass to a home game this season. Visit Jaguars.com/sweepstakes to enter to win today. See website for terms and conditions. Looking for the perfect place to host a business trip, corporate group, or social gathering? Look no further than the award-winning Sheraton Jacksonville Hotel, proudly part of the Marriott family of hotels. Centrally located next to the St. John's Town Center off Gate Parkway in JTB, they offer everything you need, whether you're hosting a meeting or just unwinding with friends at the BC Grill and Patio. Discover comfort and convenience like never before. Search Sheraton Jacksonville or call 904-564-4772 today.
Florida Blue presents Game-Changing Health Solutions. Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue center? And exhale. Treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts. Seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue. Having your own Florida Blue health consultant.
Welcome.
Or cheering on your team right now. Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Sudeth is Florida's trusted and reliable moving company. Sudeth, proud to be the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. To get a guaranteed quote, visit sudeth.com/Jax. We're going to do our best at predicting the future today. As we think about this game against the Packers, we're going to try to think what we think the headlines will be on Monday. So, Brian, when you're looking forward to Monday, what do you think we'll be talking about?
Well, I left the locker room yesterday with the distinct sense that this team understood what was in front of them. Not just the fact that the Packers are 5-2 and they start a stretch with the Eagles and the Vikings and the Texans and the Lions, but that they're capable if they dial in and play their best football, which they haven't done yet this year. So just the sense, the commitment level, right? The purpose that I heard in guys' voices. I say they're not packing it in, right? The rest of the league may say, well, they're 2-5. And you saw this week that there was all sorts of proposed trades for the Jaguars because they couldn't think too far forward. They might as well unload Christian Kirk or whoever. This team's not packing it in. And that is my headline for Monday. I listen, we all believed this team would be a contender. To what level, we weren't sure based on the way last season ended. We weren't entirely stupid because they start 2-5. There's talent on this team.
I was pretty stupid.
Okay.
Don't say that.
So I'm gonna double down here and say that we see with some guys coming back, we start to see more of what this team is capable of playing like, and the Jags are happy on Monday.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're right. I went with maybe, just maybe, because I'm predicting a win, and I think they're in a tough situation, the Jags, because they are getting better and they're playing more like themselves. They're also coming up on a very difficult stage of the schedule that their best at times may not be good enough because they're playing other teams that also have their best. But I think they'll play well Sunday. I think they'll pull out because they're at home. And then maybe, just maybe, they can get back in it. I've been saying all week, this is a chance to give themselves a chance. It doesn't mean they're in the playoff race. We still can't talk playoffs next week at 3-5, but it at least gets it to where maybe one more and you can talk about it. So I think they'll play well. I worry that they started too late, and I hope I'm wrong.
Well, if they get a win, we're talking about the next week. And if they don't, then all of a sudden everyone else starts talking about free agency and the draft and all that
Trades
stuff. It's much better for them to win this week.
Yes, it is. Let's hope that's true. I went with it's a trap because as much as I don't think trap games are fully true, I do think sometimes people, when they are contending, can look ahead in their schedule, specifically at other, division games, which the Packers have coming up. And I don't think they will overlook the Jaguars completely, but if I think the Jaguars come out to the strength that they can, especially with some of these defensive players that they are hopefully getting back this week, I think if you come out and you look a little bit different than maybe they looked on tape, I think that sometimes takes a little while to get adjusted to. I'm not saying the Packers can't win that game by any means, but I think if the Jaguars come out, look a little bit more feisty than they have in some of these other matchups, that this will be close and down to the wire.
Last time the Jaguars beat the Green Bay Packers was 2008. It was the first year that Aaron Rodgers was the starting quarterback. So it's been a while. It would be good for this team to beat this heritage team. And by the way, when the Packers travel, they travel well.
It will be Lambeau, Florida, probably.
There will be a lot of Green Bay fans in attendance. So it would be nice to get up, give yourself a chance to get the win, and send them all home quiet.
Take the noise out of the stadium for that. Stay with us here. We're going to tell you what's coming up the rest of the week before the game on Sunday.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
Navigating the current housing market and figuring out your best move when it comes to a mortgage isn't your full-time job, but it's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. That's where the experts at Jet Home Loans get into the game and coach you to your ultimate goal of getting not just the right loan, but the perfect loan for you, the home of your dreams. Jet Home Loans works with you all the way, from application to closing, making sure your game plan is perfect. Make the call to Jet Home Loans and let their team join your team to make your dreams take flight. Visit jethl.com.
Chelsea here. Another month and another high utility bill. Those old windows and doors might be the culprit, letting valuable energy escape. At Renewal by Anderson, our energy-efficient windows and doors have the latest advanced technology, keeping your home comfortable all year round. Renewal by Anderson has a limited-time offer. Buy 4 windows and/or patio doors and get the 5th one free. Plus, enjoy 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Some restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for all the details. License number CGC 1527613.
Florida Blue presents Game-Changing Health Solutions.
Did you know you can relieve stress by doing yoga at a Florida Blue Center
And exhale.
treating yourself to Florida Blue discounts, seeing a chiropractor covered by Florida Blue, having your own Florida Blue health consultant,
Welcome.
or cheering on your team right now? Discover more game-changing health solutions at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Surf Pro. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they bring the same dedication and precision to restoring your property as the Jaguars do on the field. Whether it's water, fire, or storm damage, their highly trained professionals are on call 24/7 to make it like it never even happened. Surf Pro, your local leader in restoration and cleanup. Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jax. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans. Also, this week's game brought to you by Florida Blue, proud to be the exclusive health insurance partner and supporter of the Jacksonville community as the official community partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Watching him play, electric, getting to the ball, they call him missile and all that stuff, it's just definitely contagious, the energy that he brings, still a young guy. Just kind of teaches him the nuances of the game. That's all he really needs now, just understanding, where they're attacking him and stuff. But bright spot for sure, and just keep building on his game. He's going to be a lights-out player. So I'm going to enjoy, continuing to teach him and play alongside of him. Obviously, we have a talented linebacker room. We got Devin. He's playing well, too. So really, watching them is going to make me step my own game up.
Boy, Aluakin activated practicing again with the team, talking about Ventrell Miller there and the energy, the missile. That's a great nickname. I hadn't heard that before, so that's a good one. He does fly around the field like a missile. And also, Ventrell was in the background listening to all the compliments, just cheesing like this. So I'm excited to see Ventrell. He's actually going to be at All Access tonight, so if you want to come out to String Sports Brewery, he'll be great. John, who are you talking to this week?
Talking to Tank Bigsby. So we're both talking to young second-year players, the tank and the missile. Yeah.
And I talked to Matt House, the linebackers coach, about Foyer's return and the rise of Ventrell Miller. So it's all timely.
Very good. We love that. All right, enjoy the game on Sunday against the Packers. We'll be back on Monday to recap everything for you.